Yes, and welcome to Movies at Dusk. We've got a big show planned tonight. And to kick off, we have some live guests in the studio sitting opposite me to talk about Clique, an Australian teen drama which is headed for TV soon. And we have the producer and writer.
I'm Amanda Duckworth. Hello.
One of the stars.
Hi, my name's Lauren Murtagh.
And
Hi, I'm Mark Booth.
excellent. Well, thank you for being part of the program to talk about this series. Maybe we can just talk a little bit about how the idea for Clique came about first, Amanda.
So, pretty much, obviously, I'm only 19, so I just came out of high school. I started writing Clique actually as a feature film when I was 16 years old. So I wrote about a lot of the people around me. If watching the show, you can see that actually a lot of the characters are based on people that I went to high school with. So when they watch it, they might, recognise the characters a little bit. But, what ended up happening is I wrote it as a feature film. It was just kind of sitting around, and last year I just decided I was taking a gap year. I spent the whole year adapting it into a TV series. So then I cast, and we've ended up here pretty much. So
How many episodes can we expect in the TV series?
So we've got 4 seasons of 12 episodes planned. That's what we hope for.
She's organised.
And what makes this difference between some of the other teen dramas that we see on television?
What I always say is it's a teenage series that will actually relate to Australian teenagers. You find a lot of American programs are very over-dramatised, and this one a lot of people have said they can relate to because it's raw and it's real, and we really focus on issues that Australian teenagers do have in everyday life.
Right. Now, as you said, this is your first thing. Can you tell us a little bit more about your background and how you got interested in film, television production?
Yeah, so when I was 12, I pretty much got into actually the acting side of things, in theatre mostly, throughout high school. And when I was 14 years old, we actually were asked to write our own theatre play. So I actually wrote mine, and then it actually got used as the school production that year, which was really what got me into writing initially. From the ages of about 14 to 16 is when I started writing. I wrote more theatre, and then I started to get into feature film writing. I had a really, really supportive theatre teacher in high school, and he took time out of his day and, outside of school hours to read through my work and critique it and things like that. So that's really the only training I've had in terms of the writing and the producing and that kind of thing. But I did start in acting. That's how I got into it in the first place.
And stepping behind the scenes to make this TV show must be a big challenge for you.
It's been really huge challenge, lots of long days, but I have an amazing group of people behind me. They really make it all worth it, so it's great.
All right, can we talk a little bit about the casting process you went through to cast people, then we'll come back to Lauren and Mark, their roles in the TV show.
So we started casting in October last year, and we're actually, majority of us are part of an online talent agency, and it's pretty much a place where a lot of independent people can meet each other and talk about working on projects together and that kind of thing. So I actually posted a casting call with only the 5 lead characters, and I got almost 200 applicants, which was really fantastic. So 200 applicants who were sending a lot of positive feedback about what they thought of the script. And then I held auditions in October, I held callbacks in November, and we started filming in December. So it was really just having a lot of people, I'm trying to think, we probably had 50 people end up auditioning after, going through all the people that had applied, and just had callbacks for a couple of roles, and it turned out really well.
Excellent. Well, Lauren, we'll get you into this now.
Sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to be part of this Clique ensemble?
Absolutely. I've mainly been in theatre stuff before, a lot of stage work, so this has all just been shiny and new as an experience, but yeah, Amanda's just made it awesome. To come into it pretty much from a theatre background it's been really kind of confronting, I guess, in a way, like to completely start from scratch in the way of having all these new acting techniques and things that you need to try and think of, and I think a lot of us from a theatre background are having the same experiences, but we've all just come together and worked as a family so much that it's made it a lot easier. But yeah, just theatre stuff through high school, and went to University of Ballarat, and did a music theatre course there, and so I got a lot of the experience from there.
And I've heard about people getting stage nerves when they're on the stage now. What was it like stepping in front of the camera for the first time?
Kind of crazy. It was nice to kind of, if I stuffed something up too majorly, they could go, look, that was awful, start again. Whereas in theatre it's like, oh, close your eyes and keep moving forward. So in that way it was kind of, I guess, like a safety net.
And can you talk a little bit about Amanda and how supportive she's been in getting you into this?
She's been beautiful. Like she said, there was the castings through October and November. And so we had a couple of different groups doing auditions and callbacks, and we all bonded even then. And then when we came in the callbacks and did our first couple of days of filming, Amanda from the very start, she was organised, she knew what was going on. She's so young, but she's so driven that it's just been awesome to work with her. Like, she's just an amazing spirit. She's got so much going on for her, and so she's, got a long way, in the future.
So young, so talented.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And can you tell us a little bit about the character you play in Clique?
Absolutely. Her name is Charlie, and she is a blast to play. She's so much fun. She's kind of a little rebellious. She's friends with like the main rebel at school, I guess, and so they're kind of bad influences on each other. She's into substance abuse and seeking out male attention a little bit. So
Bit of a tomboy?
Bit
of a tomboy?
Not really. No, she likes dolling herself up, but she likes the male attention. So she goes out and gets that pretty much any way she can. But it's just so much fun to play because it's different to me, I think.
Very different.
Fair enough. And Mark will bring you into this now too.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about your background and how you got involved?
Well, I'm the same as Lauren. I've actually had a lot of a theatre background, and I actually studied music theatre at University of Ballarat as well before Lauren, probably about a year or 2 years before you started, so I'm a bit older, old man. And I've just started studying film and TV at 16th Street, which has been fantastic, and it sort of got me ready for this. So, which has been really good.
And can you talk a little bit about the character you play?
Okay, I'm playing a character called Ethan Roberts, and I'm a brand new teacher at the school. And I can't say too much about his character, but he starts a relationship with one of the lead girls, who's one of the students in the piece. So I can't really divulge who that is, but it's a bit scandalous, so I'm a bit excited to play that.
Okay. Amanda, can you talk a little bit about the process of writing the thing and putting the script together? How many other writers are working on it?
It's just me. So it's only me working on it. I'm writing and producing all of it. I've had a couple of people, and I do get a lot of advice from the actors as well. A lot of the time it'll be when we're actually filming the scene, they'll say, oh, can I just put this in there instead or something like that? And it works beautifully. We do a lot of improv when we're actually filming, which is really great. But yeah.
Just you?
Yes, just
And what
me.
about directing it? Who's involved in that?
So I was directing with the pilot episode, and I have a lovely crew of Matt, Reese and Jack, who they're pretty much all-rounders in everything they do. So they all work on camera, audio, assistant directing. They're all an amazing support. So I have all of them who were extremely helpful and are still extremely helpful with everything we do, and they give me a lot of the support that I need,
And where have you been shooting the series?
So we're shooting in the inner western suburbs of Melbourne. So we're shooting in Williamstown and Altona Meadows. Most of our shooting is in Williamstown because we're shooting at Williamstown High School. So that's where we do the majority of the shoots. We also shoot at Altona Beach and a few houses in the surrounding suburbs.
Didn't you go to school there?
I went to school that we're filming at. So.
I was going to ask, how hard was it to get permission to film there?
Yeah, no, it was so easy. Because I went through my theatre teacher. They loved it. When we turned up, they came to the school early for us, and we turned up at like 7 a.m. And the principal was there. He was so excited. He was telling us all the rooms we can use, all the area that we can use. So really supportive of, because they're actually building up their arts department there at the moment, so I think it really was something that they wanted.
Did they want to see the script beforehand?
No, they didn't.
So they might be a bit shocked with Mark's role.
We don't actually disclose in the series. We don't show any of their logo or anything like that, so no one will actually know that it's that school.
Okay.
Unless you've been there.
So, Lauren or Mark, have you got anything coming up after Clique, or you're still waiting for the office to roll in?
Just auditioning still. Just auditioning for lots of different things, and just more studying, I think. So I'm just really starting to get into the into the film and TV now. So as opposed to the music theatre, I'm quite enjoying that aspect of things. So taking a bit of a break from the music theatre stuff and working on some skills. And I think this is going to go forward. So we're all feeling very positive about it. And it'd be great and working some showreel stuff, which would be good.
Yeah, have something on your resume to go.
That's
make the break to Hollywood.
That's right, exactly. I'm aiming for that.
It's all about like moving forward though. It's all just like keep auditioning, keep doing stuff, keep yourself busy, and then even if it's doing dance classes and stuff, and just meeting people, and that's how this all came about. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Amanda, there being the bossy boot she is, she'll crack the whip occasionally on you. So Amanda, who are some of the influences as you were growing up watching film and that? Who were some of the influences that have inspired you along the way?
Well, I'm a huge TV fan.
Right.
Everyone will know I spend hours and hours just watching every TV show that you can think of. Since I was little, I've been watching TV drama. So that's really what has influenced me.
She claims it as research, but the popcorn
hours every night watching TV. Just
Home and Away, Neighbours?
When I was younger, I was into that kind of stuff. On Australian TV at the moment, I'm a huge fan of Puberty Blues, which is what I do. I don't base a lot of my work on that, but I do look at the strengths that show has and things like that to influence my own work. I am into a lot of American TV drama series. You've got the OC and Gossip Girl, all that stuff that's finished now. But that sort of stuff does influence me as well, although a lot of the things in those series, which are sort of things that wouldn't actually happen in real life, I try and stay away from. And one of the huge influences is the UK series Skins, which had a lot of the themes that Clique does have, which is with the substance abuse and the alcohol and things like that, teenagers at the age of 17 are getting into. So that's something that we really did want to highlight.
Talking about the TV series Skins, did you watch the American version of that as well?
I did watch the American version, and I didn't like it as much. I told myself that I would watch it just because I wanted to see the difference in it, and I really liked that Skins seemed more raw and real to me, and I think that's the difference between the US drama series and things that the UK and Australia are bringing out.
Excellent. Now, you said before you're planning to have 4 series of this. Can you talk about the process of getting it on air in the first place? So
at the moment, we have 5 Australian networks interested in the series, which we can't actually disclose.
Okay.
But there are 5 of them who we're pitching to at the end of April. So pretty much between now and the end of April, we're preparing ourselves to pitch to the networks. Might end up travelling interstate, quite a lot of us, to discuss a lot of things with those networks. But it is very exciting. We're really all getting into it and all really putting in the hard yards for this kind of stuff. So it's pretty much just a waiting game for us at the moment, but we are very positive about the future of the series,
Can you say whether it's commercial or Foxtel?
Commercial.
Okay, excellent. Have you got any other ideas for other movies or TV shows down the track after Clique's up and running?
I do have a few feature films and theatre productions which I wrote when I was younger, which I would love to adapt on. There's particularly one which is a stage play, which I really do love a lot, which I'm thinking about trying to adapt into a TV series also. Just because I'm a personal lover of TV series, I find it quite a lot. I like writing about characters for an extended period of time, so that's really where my heart is. So once Clique is over, which it won't be for a while, trust me, I will probably start adapting that one,
Right. And can you talk a little bit more about your role as a producer here? What else did you do while the TV show's being made?
Oh, wow. Okay, so pretty much, I work in retail, so working in retail, then I get home at night, I'm pretty much... Social media is a huge thing that we've involved with Clique. So we have our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook and our official website, which I'm constantly updating. We've got all our photos and videos that we get together and we put on those sites. I spend a lot of time doing that. As a lot of the times, especially in December when I was organising the shoots, that took a long time. So a lot of the time, I'm just organising the shoots and organising when we're going to do a next photo shoot, if we've got any appearances coming up, that kind of thing. If we've got any newspapers or anything like that who are trying to contact us, that's really a lot of it goes to me because I'm, emailing people constantly.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of doing the everything, doing all the marketing and that kind of stuff is quite a big thing that I do when we're not on set. Yeah.
And social media seems to have much more important role in selling movies and TV shows now. So can you tell us a bit more about that and your Facebook page and everything?
Our Facebook page, I think, has 734 likes at the moment.
That's about 731 more than me.
So we actually are really, really lucky. We're starting to get a lot of fans on the Facebook page who don't know any of the actors or actresses, and it's really, really great to see that support. That there are people finding out about this series who we don't know and who are saying, when is this going to air? Because they think it sounds like such a great concept.
Right.
So that is something that's really exciting for us. And we do post a lot of, we had our premiere a couple of weeks ago, so we post a lot of interviews and pictures and things like that. We had a professional photographer come to our premiere. So we really do focus on a lot of the social media stuff because it really is something that defines, the publicity that you do get these days.
And sometimes with networks, they require a certain amount of likes or anything to try and get projects up and running. There should be a good background behind it. I know that recording artists and stuff like that need to start, if they want to be serious about recording, they need to start getting fans on Facebook and all that sort of stuff before they can actually get signed onto a label. So it's very similar in the TV world as well.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy to think that it all depends on, how many Facebook likes you can get and all the rest of it.
Crazy,
But,
isn't it?
but I guess it kind of just proves how popular it's becoming and, the word of mouth, like how much it's actually travelling
that's right.
to, to the sort of demographic that we're looking at, and that we're sort of pushing it towards. They're the ones that are going to be using Instagram and Facebook and all that.
Right.
So if we can get it out there, then it's out in the big wide world and, fingers crossed it's getting some positive feedback, which so far
Everyone's
so
always
good.
on their Facebooks, always.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lauren, how long did you spend on set every day filming?
They were pretty long days. We'd get there pretty early. Like Amanda said, she got there a lot earlier than the rest of us did, poor thing. But, early in the morning until sometimes, 6, 7, 9,
Even
sometimes
we're
later.
finishing at like midnight. I remember one day it was like 7 a.m. until midnight.
Something to look forward to, Mark.
A couple of the girls.
So it depended on the day. On average, when we shot the pilot, we did about 4 14-hour days. That was me and the crew. The actors obviously weren't there for as long, but sometimes they were there all day. So, and then we did a couple of pickups as well, just down the line. So it's probably amounted in about 6 full days if you put it all together. Yeah.
And you're working with a lot of sort of young, up-and-coming, unknown actors. Can you talk about that experience? All three of you basically working with unknown actors and cast.
I think it's great. We've like I said, we've all become such good mates anyway. But it's so great to hear everyone else's, like you were asking before about, what's Mark done and what's Amanda done, what have I done before, to hear everyone else's story and to hear, that people have been on TV shows before and, what they've got coming up. They're going to America, they're, training overseas and all the rest of it. And you go, that's amazing that we're surrounding ourselves with these, such talented people. Yeah. And, to be in the same room as them. And it's great. It's really good.
Absolutely. And I find it's really heartwarming and like working with all these independent people who really are focused on, making a career for themselves in the industry. And because we're all working together, we all work even harder, if that makes sense. It's just, it's
We've
really...
all got the same goal, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, Amanda, you've cast it really well as well, that you've got a whole lot, like all of us were very driven in the way of our careers and wanting to get Clique off the ground, obviously, but wanting to do well for ourselves as well. So it's really just, it bounces off each other. And if we, if one person's pushing that bit further, then we all want to push and reach that same level. So we're just egging each other on in a good way. It's like a positive cycle of,
Okay.
So we're all only getting better from this experience,
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever happens. So and we're all going to be very good friends out of all this.
No.
Can you talk about some of the other cast members in Clique as well? Is there anyone well known in there, or is it mainly all unknowns?
You've got Stephanie Villa. She's the lead, and she's had quite a bit of experience in the Australian television industry, especially when she was younger. So she was in Holly's Heroes, the Elephant Princess she was in.
She's
So,
been in a
yeah.
few things.
She's been in quite a few things. I know
Giving us that we're not telling you right.
she's
Sorry,
worked with
Steph.
a lot of big names in the industry, so she really does have that experience, and she offers us a lot of advice. I know, especially me.
Yeah.
She helps me out so much, and she's always, saying, "Oh, you could alternatively do this, and this is what really the networks really love," and things like that. So yeah, it's been really great having her as well.
Okay, and as a first-time producer with your first TV program, can you talk a little bit about how you went around financing it?
Financing, I saved all my money. As I
Retail.
said, I work in retail. It doesn't pay that well, but no, I really just I just worked hard last year, and as I said, we didn't start filming till December. I was saving all that year for it, so it's been really good, and especially because there are a lot of places that help you out with equipment hire and things like that, and costumes and stuff like that. Although it does calculate up to a lot in the end, it's still getting things on a budget is just the way to go, really.
And you'll be paying off your credit card for the next 10 years.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, hopefully the networks will pick up Clique and we can all sit back and enjoy it
Absolutely.
in prime time.
I think, yeah.
And look forward to you guys taking your careers to the next level.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks so
Amanda
much.
going the next superstar in Hollywood.
Yeah,
We'll see.
definitely.
A precocious talent, like Orson Welles or someone else.
That's
That's
it.
right.
Better watch out for her.
Excellent. Well, it'll be nice to hear from you when the show actually takes off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll come
Yeah,
back
that'd be
in.
great.
Do another interview. That'd be great.
All of us in. You can fit us all in here.
Oh, yeah. We can play sardines.
Yeah.
Well, Amanda, Lauren and Mark, it's been great talking to you about Clique. Thank you for being part of the program.
Thank you for
Thank
having
Thank you for
us.
having us.
That's all right. And we'll do a bit of musical chairs here now and bring our next guest in and do the shuffle as you leave the studio and Peter Malone comes in somehow.
Wonderful.
Great. Thanks again.
No worries.
Thank you.
Good luck with the program. Good luck with your careers.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for being part of the program.
And jump on the Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
TV.
Tell the Facebook page.
Facebook.com/Clique TVAU. That's CLIQUE TVAU. Thank
Excellent.
you.
And like us.
And like it. You've got 731 likes now, haven't you?
Yeah, we can make it 1,000.
Excellent.
Hopefully.
Okay. Good luck. Thanks.
See ya. Thank you.
And